This is Generation Stadia, giving you that daily dose of everything and anything Stadia related, and today we're gonna be going over some news. We've got some very exciting information on Orcs Must Die, some new game updates with The Crew 2, a new trailer for WWE 2K Battlegrounds, as well as a delay announcement for the Mafia 1 remake. But before we get into all of that, we're gonna begin by talking about the latest Stadia community blog post. First things first, F1 2020 is officially coming to Stadia, and you'll be able to pick it up and play July 10th. But if you just can't wait, you can go to the Stadia store right now and buy the Deluxe Schumacher Edition for $69.99 US. This includes some special digital add-on content, but also gives you 3-day early access. If you want to find out more about this game, do click on the annotation above, as I covered it in a very recent video, and I have to say it's a fantastic experience overall. If you're even remotely interested in F1, I do highly recommend you pick this one up. It's a great game. Some key standout features I will mention though is the My Team mode, which gives you the full-on F1 experience and split-screen support. Following that, they gave us 2 reminders that you can now pre-order Destiny 2 Beyond Light. This is going to be the latest expansion for Destiny 2 and it comes out in September. This does represent one of the first items that we can actually pre-order on Stadia, and just as a quick reminder, Destiny 2 The Collection, which was given as a Stadia Pro title, does not include Beyond the Light. So if you wish to continue the Destiny 2 storyline and earn all that awesome new equipment, you're going to need to buy this expansion. The next reminder was about Stadia Pro and the fact that you can access 19 games instantly just by subscribing. The Stadia Pro catalog keeps growing more and more and proving its value. The newest additions for the month of July were Steam World Dig, A Fistful of Dirt, Crata, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, and West of Loathing. And here comes the most exciting part of the blog post, and that's them discussing the next Stadia Connect. As we've all heard, this is scheduled for next week, July 14th, but now we have a specific time frame, and it'll begin at 10 AM Pacific. But what others and myself are paying real close attention to here is the wording used to describe the event. It states that we will be the first to see new reveals, trailers for upcoming games, and some other pretty awesome stuff happening on Stadia. But let's pay close attention to those 4 words, other pretty awesome stuff. This pretty much confirms that we'll be hearing more than just game releases this time around, but what that is still up in the air. I've noticed a ton of people online are hoping that this will point towards Generation 2 server blades, but it very well could be smaller updates such as new features. I also wouldn't be too surprised if they started rolling out Stadia to new regions. Overall though, I'm very excited to see what they come with. I think many of us in the Stadia community have really high hopes for this upcoming Stadia Connect, and we really want to see what Google has to show us. One thing I'm really rooting for is a wireless keyboard and mouse that can connect to the Chromecast. Obviously, Generation 2 server blades would be my top choice if I could wish for anything, but wireless keyboard and mouse support would be pretty awesome. Either way, let's move to the next topic at hand, and that's the delay of the Mafia 1 remake. It was recently announced that the game would be getting pushed back 1 month due to setbacks from the pandemic. It is now slated to arrive worldwide on September 25th, but I do want to note I'm not sure if that's representative of the Stadia release. After all, we've yet to receive Mafia 2 and 3. While this may be a bummer to hear, I do respect the fact that they're taking the extra time to deliver a more polished product. After all, the port of Mafia 2 received quite a bit of criticism as many users on PS4 and Xbox One had issues. But now let's move on to the next game update, and this one revolves around The Crew 2. The latest update, titled Summer in Hollywood, will introduce new events, new cars, and new vanity items. And this seems like quite a substantial update. After all, it's over 20 new vehicles. This update will expand throughout the month, beginning with the rollout July 8th, the beach July 15th, and finally the Neon Battle event on July 22nd. The trailer for the event looks like an absolute blast, and I'll be diving right in as soon as I finish this video. But now let's move on to the next bit of news, and this time it's a trailer for an upcoming game, WWE 2K Battlegrounds. Now I'm not into wrestling myself, but this game actually looks pretty fun. It definitely seems to be going after that arcade-like playstyle, and I'm really hoping that's the case. One of my favorite arcade games ever made was NBA Jam, and if this is the equivalent to that but in wrestling form, I'm totally down. Some key notable features is that the game will include WWE superstars and legends alike. You'll be able to compete in your favorite match types with an arsenal of exaggerated maneuvers, special abilities, and devastating power-ups. It really does seem like they're going for over-the-top action. In fact, in the trailer they show an instant where you're using an alligator to attack an enemy, so that looks like it'll be a fun time. And yes, for those wondering, it will support online and local play. As for a release date, at the end of the trailer it states that we'll be getting it September 18th. And now it's time we move over to the last news story of the day, and this one revolves around Orcs Must Die 3. In case you haven't noticed, it seems like the media rollout is starting with this title, and some streamers have been playing it live on stream. It looks fantastic and like a great time. I can't wait to play it myself, but today we're going to be focusing on the leaks surrounding the game. It seems like the official store page for Orcs Must Die 3 on Stadia went up a little bit too early and showcased the trailer. And at the very end, it stated that the game will be launching as a Stadia Pro title. But it doesn't stop there. It sounds like the release date according to the store page will be the day of the Stadia Connect. And that's quite a great shadow drop to have. This is exactly the type of thing I was discussing happening in my earlier predictions video, and I can't say I'm too surprised this is the case. I do have to admit I feel kinda bad the fact that this was leaked, as it would have been a great surprise to hear the moment it got announced. That being said, it shouldn't distract at all from just how awesome this is. Orcs Must Die 3 is one of the titles I'm most excited to play on Stadia, and the fact that there will be plenty of people to play with due to being a Stadia Pro title is just awesome news. This game looks like an absolute blast to play with a friend, and it seems like it'll do a good job at showcasing what the cloud can do with their war scenarios. In case you haven't heard, those will be those massive battles where you're facing up against 500 to 600 orcs a wave. It sounds intense, and I can't wait to see them all ragdolling in the air flying. This does make me question though, do you think this will be the only thing we receive on July 14th? I wouldn't be surprised to see other games shadow drop, if not a part of Stadia Pro, at least show up on the Stadia store that same day. Either way, I can't wait to see what they have in store for us. What about you? Are you excited for Orcs Must Die 3? Do let me know in the comments section below. I do also want to note, this game being included means that the Stadia Pro lineup will be 20 games strong. That's a super impressive offering for $10 a month, and the fact that Orcs Must Die 3 will be launching straight into it is pretty surprising overall. I know I've already talked about this once before, and this is pure speculation, but I have the feeling that Stadia Pro is becoming more and more like Game Pass as time goes on. I still remember when it was first announced, we were told that we'll be getting 1 or maybe 2 games a month. That's extremely different from what we have on offer right now. I mean, any new subscriber or even a trial member gets instant access to over 20 of them. That's a pretty insane offer to give. And while yes, it could be argued that some games still leave every now and then, the same still happens with Game Pass. And unlike Game Pass, you actually get to keep playing these as long as you claimed them while they were available. Looking back at it now, I can't remember the last month they gave us only 2 games. This month we were given 4 at the very start, and Orcs Must Die 3 will make that a 5th. That sort of deal really does blow my mind considering just how new Stadia is as a platform. I'm very curious to see how this continues to play out, but I think it's a genius move to give people a variety of games to try out through streaming, just to prove the fact that playing this way is both enjoyable and playable. Excuse my rant here toward the end, but I really felt like talking a bit about it. That covers everything I have for you today. All I ask is that if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful at all, please hit that like button as it really does help the channel out. And if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Today's end of video message is just going to be a quick update that I will be talking about all your wishes and wants for the upcoming Stadia Connect, But if any of you have any more predictions or anything else you want to say, do leave them in the comments section below. I'll be working on that video real soon and expect it this week. And as always, thank you for watching. This has been Generation Stadia, giving you that daily dose of everything and anything Stadia related. The Gen S community is over 4,600 strong and growing by the day, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.